Hello YouTube, Computer Kid 1416 here, and welcome to my new video series. In this video series, I'm going to be showing you guys my video game collection. Now, the way I'm going to be doing this is I'm going to be doing one video for each system, so that way that I can focus specifically on each item, and it's easier for you guys to navigate. So, for example, if you don't like a certain console I'm showing off, you can just skip the video and go to the next one. So in this first episode, I'm going to be showing you guys my NES collection. Now, I actually have two NESs, both toaster style ones. What you're looking at right now is my main one, the one that I've got hooked up and that I play on. It's got a brand new 72-pin connector. It went bad, as you might imagine. Most of them from this era do. And yeah. Now, I actually didn't have this console as a kid. It was a little bit before my time, and I actually got it because, of course, as a Nintendo collector, you gotta have one. Well, the way I got this is my grandparents actually had it. They're collectors, kind of like me, and yeah, they had them from either their personal collection or from auctions that they used to go to. So yeah, anyway, before we show off the games, let me show you guys the accessories I have for it. Got them in this drawer here. So first off, I've got two zappers, an orange one, and where'd that other one go? Here we go. A gray one. They both work well, but unfortunately I'm now using a flat screen TV, so I can't use them anymore. Okay, next I've got four controllers. They're all in good condition, although unfortunately this one, I don't know if you can tell, the start and select buttons are kind of chewed where they aren't really raised up anymore, so they've been kind of chewed off. Oh well, no big deal. This shouldn't be too hard to replace if I ever needed to, although it only has two controller ports, so I really wouldn't need to. Okay, next I've got some miscellaneous games that wouldn't fit in my shelf, or that I didn't really care to put in my shelf. Now this one's kind of weird. It's called Supervision. It's got Japanese text, as you can see there. But the thing is, this is an American NES game. It's not a Famicom game. And also, I cannot get this thing to work. Like I said, my 72-pin connector is new. I tried everything. I tried cleaning it. I've tried even putting it in the other NES. I've tried everything, and I can't get this thing to work. Which leads me to still got to solve the mystery of what this thing is. And it's also a lot heavier than a normal NES game, so I didn't even think about this, but I might open it up and see if maybe it's got a Famicom Famicom converter in it or something. I don't know. But if any of you guys know what that is, please write a comment, because I really want to know what that is. I'm very curious. Okay, anyway, next I've got Karate Kid. And this is the last game I have in here, I believe. Castlevania 2 Summons Quest. Okay, next I've got a in-box Nintendo cleaning kit. For those of you who don't know what these were, they're a lot like VHS tape cleaners. They would go in your NES, you would apply this paste stuff to it, and you'd put it in your NES, and it would clean the heads. Kind of like you would do in an old VCR. Here's the original manual for it, which is really cool. I actually do have the original box too, believe it or not. I don't know if it's somewhere in this drawer or if it's somewhere else, but I guess we'll get to it if it is in here. Let's see. Oh, I actually do have another game in here. Sesame Street something. I don't know. What's next? Yeah, cause see, I have a bunch of other stuff in here too for my Super Nintendo and even some of my other consoles, so I'm trying to dig out my NES stuff. Another controller. Sorry. This is not an official NES Advantage, but it kind of acts the same way. It's called a Freedom Stick, apparently. As you can see, it's basically the same idea as the NES Advantage. Let's see what else we have in here. RF connector. which I obviously don't use. Let's see what's next. Is that all my NES collection? Well, here we got my... Oh, here's the fourth controller, by the way. Here's my other NES. If I can get it out here. Here we go. Yeah, see, it's pretty dirty, but it works okay. It just needs a new 72-pin connector, which I figure, since it's my backup NES, I'm not going to worry about it, but if I ever, this one ever breaks or something, I will replace that. And let's see, I think that's it. Oh, forgot a controller, okay. Is that it for accessories? Like I said, I have more than just NES in here, so it's hard to tell whether I actually finished or not. Yeah, it looks like that's it. Now let's move on to the games. Here, let me adjust my tripod real quick, and I'll show off the games I have for it. Hey guys, I already adjusted the tripod. Now let's take a look at the games I have for my NES. The reason it's at an angle like this is because that's unfortunately the only way I can really get to it. So I can pull out the games and show you guys. So anyway, first off, we've got Galaga. Just a direct, it's basically just the NES version of the arcade game. Dynamite, which unfortunately my copy does not have a Famicom converter in it. I already checked it. So I really have no use for this actually, because I do not have Rob. Although I would like to have him someday, that would be pretty cool. Super Mario Brothers / Duck Hunt. This is not my only copy. I have I think 4 or 5 of them, as you'll see. Super Jeopardy. Pinball. 2 copies of baseball. As you can see there. Codename Viper. I don't know, I've never played this game before, so I really don't know much about it. Gunsmoke. Rygar. Some of these I've never played before because they just don't interest me. Snake's Revenge. Yeah, Snake's Revenge. DuckTales, which are actually coming out with a remake soon on the Wii U, so that's pretty cool. Some of these games I have in little sleeves. A Boy and His Blob. I've never heard of this game before, nor can I play it because this one does not work for some reason. 10-Yard Fight. Super Mario Bros. 2. Sorry, that was my stack of NES games falling down. Oh well. Another copy of Super Mario Bros. / Duck Hunt. I use this as my main copy because it's the most clean. When I want to play that game, I use that one. So I'm just pulling out some sleeves that got caught in the back. Another copy of Super Mario Bros. / Duck Hunt. This one works, but it's a little beat up, as you can tell. Top Gun. Donkey Kong Classics. This includes Donkey Kong and Donkey Kong Jr. So that's pretty cool. Castlevania, really fun game. And last but not last, I've got a few boxed games to show you, but anyway, the last unboxed one I have. It's a 3-pack, Super Mario Brothers, Duck Hunt, and World Class Track Meet. Okay, now I've got some games that are boxed over there. They aren't new, but they are boxed, which is cool, complete in the box. Slalom for the NES. I don't know why I said for the NES there. All these games are for the NES, obviously. Phantom Fighter, never heard of this one. And this one actually isn't a box, it's just kind of in a little case. This is Miss Pac-Man, which is interesting. This is actually one of the Tengen games that are actually unofficial. For those of you who don't know the story behind this, Nintendo would only allow third parties to publish, I think it was 5 games a year. So a lot of the companies, to get around that, would actually create unofficial games, and some companies would change their name, and some would just release unofficial games that actually broke well, not broke, but temporarily disabled the 10NES chip, which was the lockout chip that wouldn't allow you to play unofficial games. So this is one of them. There were a few official Tengen games, but I believe this is one of them that was actually unofficial, so that's pretty interesting trivia there. And finally, Blaster Master, actually. This one is actually, the box itself is not brand new, but the game is actually packaged still, so I did not take that out for obvious reasons. Okay, so that's it for the NES. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll be back in the next video where I'll show off my Super Nintendo collection. Bye, guys.